Shalom, shalom, akiyam. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak, Kodash. I would also like to give a double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. I would also like to say peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, starting with the 144,000 men of Israel, which consists of the servants, the prophets, whom have been ordained since the foundations of this earth to sing this new song, which comes in the form of this gospel, which will be preached throughout all four corners of this earth and rest upon the ears of the innumerable multitude, men, women, and children of Israel, who may be scattered throughout all four corners of this earth. It's just Bayan back again through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And I just want to get into a brief lesson speaking on this podcast that Vocab Malone had. I'm not sure when it took place. It's fairly recent. But needless to say, I caught wind of it from the beloved elder apostle Ariamla lesson he went into yesterday, a live stream regarding a lesson that the beloved elder apostle Tahar had gone into regarding the dogma that was being spoken amongst these reprobates, specifying that in the book of Genesis it goes into how salvation is for the world, and there's not going to be one precept that you can find referencing salvation being applied to the world, as in the heathen nations, oikami, which is the world. What you're gonna find out is salvation is only for the nation of Israel, and the Bible establishes this. There's numerous scriptures making that point. So these few scriptures, that these individuals take out of context, John 3:16, Galatians, the 3rd chapter. There's so many of them. Deuteronomy, the 29th chapter, right? Numbers 15 and 15. Like, these are scriptures that these individuals don't have any understanding of. They don't understand the context of what they're reading, but they think they do. They think they got it. They think they got it. But there's these few scriptures that can make it seem as if the Lord's dealing with the world on that level of salvation. All right, it's obviously a misunderstanding via your knowledge, man. And you err not knowing the scriptures, man. You see, because the scriptures don't contradict themselves. You see? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, he don't change, man. He didn't change. When we rolled over into the New Testament, he didn't change upon sending his son to act as a mediator. To act as a mediator for his people, man. To make intercession for the elect, as you can read in Romans 5. Yahweh didn't change. As a matter of fact, let's stop right here. I'm gonna get the clip. There's a specific talking point I want to go into, based off what one of these devils has said. I can't remember which one was speaking, but we'll find out when we get it. I got it locked in, and I want to make a point there. Just pretty much, defending the gospel and just canceling out, this one of these strongholds, that these bugged out, wacky tacky Christians try to uphold, man. Which stems from Esau. You see, this is a philosophy of Esau that they're exercising in efforts to bring in the nations and cancel out the chosen people, which is not going to happen, man. Let's go ahead. What do I want? Is that Malachi 3? Khan. The book of Malachi chapter 3 and verse 6. And it reads, for I am the Lord Yahweh. I change not. What does that mean? That means from Genesis to Revelations. All right? And every book in between, including the Apocrypha, okay, that you Edomites took out in the form of the Bible destruction group, you Protestants. All right? Even the Apocrypha, man. It's applicable, and the Lord doesn't change within any of these texts. Okay? From Genesis to Revelations, man. Malachi 3 and 6. For I am the Lord Yahweh, I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed, man. Who are the sons of Jacob? Who are the patriarchs of Jacob? The 12 tribes of Israel. This precept alone, how simple it is, obviously it's not as simple as one may seem. Being that the Lord's dealing, we can see it clear. You Akiyam and Akwaf, that the Lord's dealing with. But I say that in humility when I say that. What I mean by that is how straightforward. Let's change up what I just said. How as straightforward as this scripture is. Okay, this scripture alone proves that the Lord's only dealing with Israel. This little scripture right here. And the Lord said He didn't change. What did the Lord establish from the beginning? Through Abraham. Through Abraham's seed, Isaac. Right? To Isaac's seed, Jacob. And then to Jacob's 12 sons, man. The Lord established commandments and oaths, man. And there's prophecies in the Old Testament, all right, that haven't even come to the light yet, man. Okay? There's prophecies in the Torah, as a matter of fact, that haven't come to the light yet. All right, we're actually going to touch on the talking point in Numbers, man, through the Spirit. After this man spews his madness, man, showing you that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, not only is salvation not for the heathen, but you going into captivity. God damn it, you are going into captivity in the eon to come. This is your lot. You're going into captivity head first. And then there's going to be a cleanup amongst the tribe of Edom, pursuing the Obadiah 1:18. And we're going to prove it. We're going to prove it, man. So through the Spirit and the power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, let's get this clip real quick. Oh, and we got Hurricane Milton on the way. See that? We told you it was going to get worse for you Edomites. We told you. Hey, they're still finding bodies all up in the Carolinas, man. They ran out of body bags, man. Finding Edomites in trees. See? Hey, we there. Judgment is resting upon Babylon, man. We there. You got, man, listen. Not to switch subjects. Listen to this, y'all.
Of the Arib, and then Hakad doesn't seem to...
Salakia.
And what that even is, like, and then he kind of hand waves it away as it's Yiddish or whatever the case is. That right there is a perfect example of why one needs contextual understanding of just the languages, but also what's being spoken about in these passages. Like, his whole thing was just to see the word kingdom and then just assume only the physical descendants of Jacob are in view, and then somehow the Gentiles, who are clearly a part of the people of Israel, according to Numbers 15:15, Deuteronomy 29:10-15, specifically 11 and 14, where God also makes his covenant with the mixed multitude.
The only covenant that was made with the other nations was the fact that what? Yahweh won't flood the planet again. He won't drown everybody out. But that doesn't mean he won't drown out cities and towns. Okay? Salakia. The rainbow, alright? When he established that rainbow, right? Through where he made that covenant with Noah, where he made the covenant with the earth. You know? That he won't do that. He won't do it like that. He won't flood the earth with water again. This time he's gonna flood it with fire. Okay, with missiles. Alright? This is gonna be the second death to bring things back into order. You see? But you hear this, man. You hear him. Alright? Utilizing those scriptures that he has no understanding on. Okay? The heathen are considered strange nations, man. The Lord warns us and commands us not to learn the way of the heathen. But Root 4 tells us not to give our glory to another regarding these strange nations. So you got to make these things make sense. The heathens are outside of the temple. They're heathens. See? They weren't in Deuteronomy 4, they weren't given the law, statutes, and commandments which separates us from them and makes us better than them. You see how your doctrine is a farce and it doesn't add up or make sense? Because you have to combat all those scriptures at that point based off a few scriptures you're quoting that you don't understand. Anyways, let's continue on so I can get to my point.
People, they have to ignore those things and then just, well, there's a hierarchy. But they're not getting salvation. They don't have the same salvation. And meanwhile, they have the same covenant relationship with God that the people of Israel, the physical descendants of Jacob, had. So he had.
And I just want to say this too. No, they don't. Because that covenant that was made in Exodus 24, which we always go into it, no heathens were there. Only the 12 tribes of Israel were there, man. The blood only got sprinkled on the 12 tribes of Israel. No other nation was there in Exodus 24. They don't have the same. See, he's lying. See, that's a lie. See? And he would have to explain that. He would have some explaining to do. And we brought out Exodus 24. Okay, which establishes the first covenant with us in our power. He would have some explaining to do. How would he walk around that? How? He wouldn't be able to. See? Anyways.
To ignore that by presenting this kind of convoluted, distorted view of the scriptures based on his camp presupposition. But yeah, that's
where it really all comes down to. Exactly, Mike. You hit it right.
Anyway, the point I wanted to make, right? He's talking about salvation is for everybody, right? All right, when you go, real quick, you got to make this make sense. When you go to the book of Numbers, chapter 24, and this is just an angle I'm coming with through the Spirit. There's many angles, man. There's so many ways to dissect and disintegrate, okay? These uneducated, unknowledgeable, lacking the Spirit, dry, shriveled up vessels, all right, known as modern day Christians, man. There's the book of Numbers, chapter 24, all right? And as we know, the Lord dealt with Balaam via, blessing Israel when he was being used by Balak, which was that Moabite king, to curse Israel. But the Lord put it on his spirit to do otherwise. Check this out. I'm going to start at verse 10 and read down. And Balak's anger was kindled against Balaam, and he smote his hands together. And Balak said unto Balaam, I called thee to curse mine enemies, and behold, thou hast altogether blessed them these 3 times. And 3 goes into what? Understanding. See that? Showing you that we are blessed as a nation. See? What's that? Psalms? Is that Psalms 33? Blessed is the nation whose power is the Lord, man. You see? He's chosen for his own heritage, man. You gotta make that make sense, y'all. Right? And Balaam said unto Balak, spake I not also to thy messengers, which thou sentest unto me, saying, if Balak would give me his house full of silver and gold, I cannot go beyond the commandment of the Lord Yahweh to do either good or bad of my own mind. But what the Lord Yahweh saith, that will I speak. He was like, didn't I told you, your servants, man. I told you through your servants that I can only do the will of the Lord. That's what he's saying. That's what Balaam's saying. Okay, and yeah, Yahweh used him as a vessel to fulfill his will. Yup. You right, a heathen. But check this out. And now behold, I go unto my people. See that? Listen to this. But this is what Balaam said. He said, and now behold, I go unto my people. Come therefore, and I will advise thee what this people shall do to thy people in the latter days. When did the latter days begin? Okay? Nobody on the podium, okay, of Vocab Malone's show will be able to tell us that. Okay? They'll have a confused, mixed opinion, okay, mixed approach, idea of what the latter days are going into. I'll give Vocab Malone the credit. He might know, because he watches us. I'll give him that. Vocab would know. I'll say that I speak as a man. I think Vocab would know. Okay, but everybody else in that podium, the nigger woman that shouldn't be talking, and them other clowns, them sellouts, all right, they wouldn't know. You see, and again, the only credit I'm giving to this man Vocab is the fact that he watches us. That's why he would know, because he ear hustles and watches us. He spies on us, man. You see, the latter days begin with the arrival of our Lord Yahweh Shai. Okay? The return of when Yahweh Shai was born, that's when the latter days begin. You see? And now we're in the latter days, man. Okay? And we're going to come into the time where this is going to be fulfilled. You see? In the eon of Jacob. Check this out. And he took up his parable, which is the doc saying, right? And said, Balaam, the son of Beor, hath said, and the man whose eyes are open hath said, he hath said, which heard the words of power, and knew the knowledge of the Most High, which saw the vision of the Almighty. What is a vision? A prophecy. Okay, divine communication was taking place right now at this point between Balaam and Yahweh. Check this out. Falling into a trance, but having his eyes open. So his eyes were open, but he fell into a trance. Check this out. I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not nigh. There shall come a star out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel. Who's this talking about? Yahweh Shai. See? And shall smite the corners of Moab and destroy all the children of Sheth. You see that? So the Moab, which is who? The Chinese man. Okay? These niggas have not gone into captivity pursuant to Jeremiah 48. Okay, they're going to get served up pursuant to 2nd Esdras. Okay? What's that? 15. Let me get that real quick. And they said all of them. Because you got these niggas out say, oh, but those of them that accept Jesus Christ. No. They said, let's go back. Look. Hold on for 1 second. Let's get it again. The tail end of this precept, Numbers 24 and 17. And it says what? And shall smite the corners of Moab and destroy all the children of Sheth, man. Okay, now let's go here. The heathen have no hope. They don't qualify to hope. Go read Romans the 9th chapter. That's the double-barrel shotgun that can end any conversation on any talking point level when it comes to these bugged out Christians, man. There's the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 46, and it reads, "And thou Asia," okay, see that? "And thou Asia," which is all these niggas, man. All right, Moab, Ammon, you see? "And thou Asia, that art partaker of the hope of Babylon," right there, joined at the hip with this place, man. Okay, they've been doing big business with Babylon, man. Backstroking in the cash in this fiat currency. Check it out. "And art the glory of her person," see? "And art the glory of her person." That's why everything you see, for the 90% of what you look at in your house, okay, it doesn't matter. Hey, what? Made in China. Made in China. You see? Because they're joined at the hip. Let's read that again. "And thou Asia, thou art partaker of the hope of Babylon, and art the glory of her person. Woe be unto thee," man. Which is what? Destruction. Woe goes into destruction. "Thou wretch, because thou hast made thyself like unto her," right? Skyscraper it out. Okay? You got momos flying around everywhere over there. All right? You got debauchery and just wayward ways of living. That's been filtered through the ways of Babylon, man. You see? "And has decked thy daughters in whoredom, that they might please and glory in thy lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee," man. Okay? They're in covenant with one another. "Look, thou hast followed her, that is hated in all her works and inventions. Therefore, saith power, I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste thy houses with destruction and death." That doesn't sound like salvation to me. No, that sounds like a pending judgment. Okay? That's going to come in these latter days. By Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. Okay? And there's going to come a time where he's going to put the power in his people's hands. When you go into captivity, man. You're going to have these form of calamities resting upon you, man. These form of judgments, man. You see? So when we go back, let's go back. Numbers 24 and 17. Let's continue on. Hey, Moab not the only one. We're going to the key point right now. Numbers 24 and 18. Back in Numbers. Back in Numbers regarding Balaam's vision, right? And Edom, Esau, Edom. Okay, the so-called white man. Remember, Esau is Edom. Right? Pursuing the Genesis 36. Right? Verses 1 and verses 8. "And Edom shall be a possession." What does that mean? "Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies, and Israel shall do valiantly," man. You are going into captivity, Esau. There's no salvation for you. Like there's no salvation for any of the other heathen. Okay? Edom's going to be a possession, and Seir also shall be a possession. Remember, it's a people before it's a place. The people make up a landmass, man. You niggas are going into captivity, man. Let me get another one to show you. Because Esau's trying his hardest to force his way into salvation. It's not happening, bro. You're through. Check this out. Amos 9 and 11. "And in that day," In what day? These latter days, I will raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen and close up the breaches thereof. And that's happening right now. The northern and southern kingdom coming together. Okay, as you can see. What's that? Ezekiel 37. The Lord putting us on one stick. Right? He's bringing us together. It's the beginning stages of us becoming one big, huge kingdom again. And not separated northern and southern. We're going to be one huge kingdom again. Check it out. We're seeing the beginning stages of that now. The third temple is being built. And it starts with us. You see, it's a spiritual temple. Look at this. And I will raise up his ruins and I will build it as the days of old, man. And when David was ruling, what happened? The heathen were a subjection. There were garrisons in their land. Esau was a possession along with all you other heathen. Look. Amos 9 and 12. That they may possess, there goes that word possess again, the remnant of Edom and of all the heathen. Let's read that one more time. That they may possess the remnant of Edom and of all the heathen. See, we don't make up what we speak on. Okay, you bugged out, wacky tacky, dried up, okay, foaming at the mouth. All right, no hope, no way to turn. Wayward philosophy for believing Christians, okay, make things up. Yeah, granted, Hakah needs to take that goddamn hat off. All right, he needs to stop. He needs to take the hat off and stop. You know, because he did make himself look stupid on that podium. I will say that much. You see, regarding Paul's writing. If you reject Paul, you make no sense. Well, what's Galatians 1 and 1 mean? What's Ephesians 1 and 1 mean? What does it all mean? You see? The Lord clearly establishes that he sent Paul. Paul was sent of the Lord. You see? So with that being said, you make yourself look like an ass clown if you disagree with anything that Paul says. It tells us in Isaiah 53 that as far as the men of the Lord, they're going to be on the same accord, singing the same song. They're going to see eye to eye. You see? They're going to agree. So you obviously got spirits on you, Hakah. You need to take the hat off, pray to the Lord, and hey, Lord willing, he'll open you completely up. But it's the thing, y'all carnal. You're carnal. You're a carnal man. But anyways, back to the point. Okay? Let's go back. Because I got to close out Salakia. Amos 9 and 12 again. That they may possess the remnant of Edom and all the heathen, which are called by my name, saith the Lord Yahweh, that doeth this, man. When you get this word possess, you know what it goes into. Don't act like you don't know vocab and the rest of you niggas on that podium. To have and hold as property, man. Point blank, period. You're going into captivity. You're going to be property. This is what you have to look forward to as a heathen. There's no salvation is not for all the nations. You're not joined to Israel. That's a lie. Okay, that you've been fed in theology school, man. All right, and you err not knowing the scriptures, and you're gonna be looking real stupid in the days to come. Let's go back to the book of Numbers. I gotta finish that out. There's a little more I want there. Right? Out of Jacob, Numbers 24 and 19. Out of Jacob shall come he that have dominion, and shall destroy him that remaineth of the city. Right? Yahweh Shai is coming. Right? And check this out. This is the point. And when he looked on Amalek, which is who? The chief house of Edom. These are these small hats that you see in our land claiming to be us. These are these international banking families, man, that rule this place, that rule this earth. Okay? And when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations. Why? Because Amalek was the first of the nations. Esau was the first of the nations to have global dominion. All right? No other nation has had global dominion. Esau has global dominion, man. Proving that he's Edom. Proving that Isaac's blessing upon him in Genesis 27, it fulfilled itself. And if I might add, Esau's been ruling the longest out of all these heathen nations. All right? This nigga's been in power since 333 BC, man, in the form of the Greeks. Yeah, they fell out in the form of the Western Roman Empire, but they resurrected in the form of the Renaissance period, man. Okay? It's Western Bloc hegemony. Okay? They've been ruling longer than any other heathen. All right? Check this out anyways. But his latter end... Oh, and he's also the first of the nations because he attacked us when we were coming out of Egypt. Amalek was the first nation. These Edomites were the first nations to attack us on our way out of Egypt. I must establish that point. Okay? And that's why the scriptures tell us what? Remember Amalek, what he did to thee by the way when we were coming out of Egypt, man. That's why he's going to be remembered, showing you that he has no mercy, man. All right? There's no mercy coming to you. The Lord said, remember you, man. Because that judgment's coming. And then establish this. That precept establishes you being done away with forever as well. Anyways, and he said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever. How is there salvation for all the nations if there's a nation that's going to perish forever? See? Make it make sense. You can't walk around that. You can't walk around that. Hey, I got one more for you and I got to close out. To put the nail in the coffin. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 3. And verse 23, right to the point. And it reads, truly in vain is salvation hoped for from the hills and from the multitude of the mountains, man. What's this going into? Hills and mountains go into smaller and larger governments. Hills are the smaller governments, mountains are the bigger ones. Okay? When they have their summit meetings, where do they go? These Edomites, they go on top of a peak of, they go to the summit. They go to the highest point over there and have their meeting. You see? Okay? Mountains going to larger governments, hills going to smaller ones. See? And this is going to prove it as we read on. Go read Isaiah the 2nd chapter. It proves it as well. It tells you that Israel is going to be above all the other mountains and hills, man. Proving that governments can be likened unto hills and mountains. Let's read it again from the top. Truly in vain is salvation hoped for from the hills and from the multitude of the mountains. It's talking about you heathen. How do we know that? How can we prove that? Let's keep reading. Truly in the Lord Yahweh, our power is the salvation of Israel. Okay? With all the lessons that have been going out by the beloved brothers regarding this topic, and through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, flawless victory, man. All right? Once again, the truth is irrefutable. All right? There's no way you can come up against this truth, man. There's no denying it. You see? So you bug out Christians can keep coming with your madness. We're going to keep watching you, studying you, in efforts to what? Know how to deal with you when you come up on the camps or when you push out this digital madness. All right? When you push out your digital madness, but you have videos on I'm regarding your videos on the unicorn here. You know, we're going to know how to come up against you and contest you and prove you completely wrong. You niggas are through. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem Rakah Quadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. Lord willing, you Akiyam and Akwaf will edify. Shalom.